everybody, my name is Emma and this is Emma Rosen Books. This is my second time filming this video. The first time the washing machine was going in the background and I was like, oh, they can't hear that, and you could really hear it and it was so annoying. So this is video take 2 of my quarterly writing goals videos. This is the third one I've done and I'll make sure to link the other ones. So the last one that I did was setting goals for the autumn. So I'm going to review those and then I'll go on and set some goals for the winter. So first of all, my autumn goals. So number 1 was to market my book, and I did that. I ordered, I think when I made the video I was waiting for my order of lots of books to arrive. So those came and I contacted lots of people and asked if they would like one to do a review or what have you, and a few people got back to me and I sent those books out, and I had a few reviews, in particular I'll link below. Vendi from Caught Between Pages made a lovely video about it, and Karen Hall from Mother Worldly wrote a really lovely blog post about my book. Also Professor Amy Brown tweeted about it. And I actually have a lady who is, I believe, writing a blog about it, and it's going to be reviewed in a magazine, so that's kind of still upcoming. So it does take time actually, because people have obviously got to read it and write about it, and you know that sometimes has a long turnaround for people. By the way, I haven't already said, if you're new to this channel, my book is about my experiences breastfeeding and everything I learnt along the way, and links are below. So I did that. What else did I do to market my book? I also contacted radio stations and TV and magazines and anyone I could think of. I made a long list of anyone that I thought might be interested. I went on the radio a few times. I went on Deal Radio and Dover Radio and I think it's called Cabin FM in Herne Bay. And I think largely actually that is all I ended up doing, but I contacted lots of people. Obviously sometimes you ask somebody if they would like to, you know, interview you or review your book or whatever, and you just don't hear back at all. But yeah, some people I did, and some things are still upcoming because people are still reading it and reviewing and so on. So yeah, I did do it anyway. That's the long and the short of it. Number 2, I wanted to launch my book, which I did. I held a launch event on the 22nd of October, which was in conjunction with Deal Breastfeeding Support Group, as part of their celebrations for their 20th birthday as an entity. And we had a shared lunch and I had my books and did some signed books, and one of my friends made me an amazing cake in the shape of my book, so have a look on Instagram if you'd like to see that. And I did make a vlog actually, so you could have a look, I'll link it above. I vlogged the day. It was so nice actually having an event, because I think otherwise I would have sat at home fretting and watching the numbers and worrying about everything. Actually having something to do and look forward to was really nice. And to see how supportive people were and how kind people were, it just, I don't know, it just did make me feel better. So in future books, I definitely want to do something. Whether I would hold an event like that, I don't know, because it was helpful that it was a group that I have links to, and so it worked as an event because they were holding an event as well anyway. So it just, I think, I don't know how easy it would be to hold an event where it's just about your book. I don't know, because obviously I'm a small indie author, so. But nonetheless, even if all I did was have a dinner with family and friends, just still having something to do and to feel like I'm marking the event, for me, I think that was a really good thing, and I would do that in the future. My third thing was I wanted to create a media kit, and when I made the video I was like, I know I need to do it, I don't really know what one is. All it is an A4 sheet where you put a little bit about yourself, which obviously really is just the bio from your book, a bit about the book, all the information about it, where it can be got from and so forth, and just all the information on one sheet of paper basically, so you can just send it to someone and say this is everything you need to know. There are templates online and examples of people who've done it to give you an idea of what you might need to do if you're trying to do that. But yeah, I looked it up and did it, and it was fairly simple once I'd done it. So number 3, tick, did that. Number 4 was that I wanted to start working on some new writing projects, which I have done. I have completed a draft of a children's book, and started talking to an artist about that and seeing where we're going with that one, and started thinking about the next project after that. But anyway, I'm going to go into more detail when I set my goals about those. Number 5 was more of a personal thing, so I like to include personal bits in here, was because I was setting these goals at the end of August and it was to cover September, October, November. I we were going to be settling the kids into school and all of that kind of thing, which they settled in absolutely fine, and you know, the school year has started rumbling on and everything's great. So family life wise, yeah, you know, that's done as well. They're all settled in and happy. Finally, number 5 was that I wanted to lose a couple of pounds of weight, and I didn't. But just to explain, my youngest is 18 months old and I am still kind of getting back in shape after having her. It's always difficult after you have a baby because it's not just about losing weight, obviously, and you might lose weight but your muscle tone is different and things like that, so it is more complex than that, and it's just really about getting back in back in shape and feeling like really healthy again. It's more about that, and so I actually haven't, I still probably do have a couple of pounds to lose to get me back to where I was before I fell pregnant with her, but I feel healthier. We've been concentrating on what we eat, because we kind of realised that we probably weren't really getting enough iron, so we've been focusing on that and like trying to have lots of veg and things like that. And I have been going to the gym once or twice a week and doing lots of walking, and just so in terms of feeling kind of fitter and healthier, I would say that's still improving, because I think it does take you kind of 2 years to feel like you're sort of back to normal. So no, I didn't lose the weight, but because it was about more than that, I do still feel like I'm making health progress. So yeah, that was the main thing really. But I guess I didn't get that one. So 5 out of 6 of my goals achieved. So my winter goals, setting my new goals, I have got 6 again. So my first one is my audiobook, which I have been working on for a couple of months now. I have finished my first, I don't know if you can call it a draft if it's an audiobook, like my first recording of it. And actually I'm going to have to re-record big chunks of it, but it's all a learning process, and I'm making a series, it's probably actually only going to be 2 videos, but we'll see, about recording that audiobook. So in that I'll explain a little bit more, so look out for that, because that's not going to be up for probably not till after Christmas, actually, in the next instalment, or the second instalment. But anyway, nonetheless, I still have to go through what I've recorded, edit it, and then when I'm finally happy with everything, I then have to upload it, and fingers crossed it's all going to work. And then I'm going to do some kind of launch that the audiobook is now available. It's not going to be a big thing, but I'm going to do something. I haven't decided what. But because there's not really a rush, it's just a case of it will be done when it's done. I've not set myself a deadline for that, so. But I would hope that that's complete over the next 3 months. Then my second one is to progress with the children's book. I'd love to say to have it released, but I don't think that's realistic, because I only work 2 days a week, and evenings as well, but I just think time-wise it's probably not going to happen, because I still need to, as I say, it's only first draft, so I need to finish what I've written, I need to work with the artist, and then we're going to have to format it, upload it, and so on and so on. Once I actually have a date in mind, then I'll like properly launch it, but I don't think it will be done by the end of February. So, but hopefully by the time I make my next goals video, it will be in the works. I don't think it'll be complete, but it will be like ready to go. Number 3 is to plan my next book. So my next book after that is in its infancy, as in it's just kind of rumbling around in my brain and growing and transforming, and I haven't actually sat down and mapped it out and properly thought about it and planned it out, but I will. So hopefully I will have at least planned it. I'm actually hoping I will have started to write the first draft, but at the very least, I would like to have it planned by my next goals video. Number 4 is a reading goal. I've never included reading goals before. I have read all sorts of things this year, and in part I've actually been reading a lot of things that were already on my bookcase that I wanted to read actually quite a lot of the time to see if I wanted to keep it. I have got rid of a lot of books this year. Sorry, I'm looking at my bookcase. And I've had my book club books, and I've bought a few new books as well. But when I made my BookTube newbie tag, which was almost a year ago now, I talked about how one of the things that I like to do is to read non-fiction. And I have read a bit, but not as much as I want to. So one of my goals is to read more non-fiction, because I love reading non-fiction, and yeah, just want to read more. So I've been reading about one a month, but actually not even every month. It'd be interesting to count up actually how many I've read. I'll have to do that over the next quarter, see whether I've read more in the next quarter than I did in this quarter. So that's what I'll do. But yeah, more non-fiction is my reading goal. Number 5 is my sort of family personal goal, and we are having some building work done. So for us it's about dealing with that. So I don't think the work will be finished. I think that's unlikely, but it probably will have started, and we'll have kind of moving things around and sorting out all of that. So for us as a family, it's just, you know, reorganising our home around this building work. So what is the goal specifically? To have begun our building work and begun to deal with it. And then finally, number 6 is my personal thing. I don't really want to talk about my health and weight anymore, because it's an ongoing thing and it's just not really going to change. And you know, I'm happy that I'm going to the gym a bit more, and that I'm just, you know, I'm on the right track. Like, there's no goal to set, it's just do more of the same, really. But what I am interested in is I've been on a real mission over the last probably 2 years to declutter this house, and I've done a lot. There is still more to go, and it's something I'd like to talk about a little bit more. Actually, I'm very interested in this whole decluttering and simplification and minimising trend, let's say. But I'm at the stage now where it's more complicated, because there's less to get rid of. I think it gets more tricky, and it's actually about maybe simplifying the way that you live as well. It's not just about stuff, it's about lifestyle, and you know, what you do in your life and what you spend your time on, and if I have objects in my house that are related to, you know, maybe I decide to get rid of a whole category of stuff, if that makes sense. But it's basically just to continue on that journey, because it's helped a lot with feeling like I'm on top of things, and that everything's manageable. I used to feel like everything was out of control, I could never find anything, and everything was always hard, and it didn't, you know, there was always just too much to do. And these days it's like everything is much more organised, so it has made a massive difference to my mental health, as well as just making life easier. So my final goal basically is to continue on that journey of simplifying and try and really fine-tune it even more. So in my next video I would love to be able to mention what I have done over the next quarter, because at this point I don't specifically have anything in mind, but I'd like to be able to say more than just I took some bags of stuff to the charity shop, you know. But it definitely has been a worthwhile thing for me, with my like all over the place and just type A, over obsessive and complicated personality. To be able to just tone it down helps me to cope, because I also get very anxious about things. Anyway, so yeah, those are my 6 goals for the next quarter, some reading related and some personal, not reading, some writing related and some reading and personal. Let me know what you're planning to do. I think it's really interesting to see how people plan their time out and the way that they sort of categorise things and allocate time. So yeah, let me know what you're planning in the comments below, and if you've got any tips or interesting stuff for any of my goals, and I will see you all. Oh, don't forget to like and subscribe, of course, and all the details of my social media stuff are below. And yeah, I will see you all for my next one. Bye!